friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I'm super excited for today's video. I'm going to be doing a little first impressions with Alter Ego's newest palette, the Artemis palette. This video is not in any way sponsored, but they did send this to me, just so you're aware. I was not forced to make a video. I'm doing this just on my own. This is what the inside looks like. Definitely heavy inspiration from the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, which I thought was a stunning color story. I'm not thrilled with the fact that this is a 28 pan palette. If you guys know me at all, you know I don't love large palettes. 18 or less is probably my sweet spot. 28's a bit much for me, but I am so excited about this palette. There are really pretty tones in here. I'm really intrigued by it. When I first opened it, I didn't think there were hardly any mattes in it, but then when I finally got a chance to like look closer and do swatches, there are lots of mattes. It's just the mattes that are in here are like a creamy texture. So when you look at them in the pan, they kind of look a little satiny, but they're actually mattes, and it's very interesting, very unique, and not something I currently have in my collection. This palette is launching on the 30th. It's going to retail for $22, and you can use code BEAUTBEAN in all caps if you want to save some money. It's a 10% off code. It is affiliated, so I will receive a small commission if you use my code, which I very much appreciate, but no pressure. Don't spend money if you are not looking to spend money. I'm super excited about the blues and greens, of course. The golds are actually stunning, especially up close. I really like these red tones down here as well. There's a lot I feel like you could do with this palette, and of course it's 28 pans, so you have a lot of options with it, but I'm just really excited about it. I really like the look I created. I mentioned it when I'm doing the tutorial, but I think I'm going to aim to do a 3-Lux-1 palette on this just because I'm really inspired by what's in here, but if it doesn't happen, don't come for me. I have very limited time to do a 3-Lux-1 palette, but that is my goal, to do a 3-Lux-1 palette with it, so stay tuned for that. I'm happy that they came out with another palette. I am hoping that for the future, maybe not ones this big, but that's just my personal preference. I do know that the majority of you guys do prefer larger palettes, so I won't be surprised if they stick with that kind of zone, but regardless, I love Alter Ego's formula. I'm really excited about trying a new formula from them with this more creamy matte. Shimmers, of course, they make me so happy. Anyways, let's just hop into the look for now. I created this eyeshadow look for you. It was fun. We hung out. At the very end, I'll give you my thoughts thus far. This is not a review. Simply just a first impression. This is my only time using the palette so far, so take my first impression with a grain of salt. I'll give you as much opinion as I have so far. Let's just hop into the video now. Hi! Hello, how's it going? I'm really excited to dive into this. I think I really want to play with the teals, the blues. I think one of these golds looks really cool. I want to play with everything. I think a 3-Lux-1 palette might happen on this just because I'm so insanely inspired. So stay tuned for that. I think that'll be soon. Anyways, let's get primed. I'm actually going to use the Alter Ego eyeshadow base. They sent me one when they sent me the palette, and it reminded me that I already had one, and I haven't used it in a while, but I actually do like this eyeshadow primer. I wish I had a tiny bit more tint. It dries a little clear for my preference, but other than that, I really like it. I feel like the longevity is nice. My shadows pop nicely. I like that it's with a wand applicator, not just a squeezy tube. So yeah, we're gonna use this guy today. I want to start with this stealth shade right here, this dark green. I really thought there were like no mattes in this palette just because these creamy mattes kind of look almost like a satin, but they're matte. They're creamy, and I've never used anything quite like this, so I'm intrigued. I'm gonna go in with just this little Colourpop brush. It's the E9, and with this shade, I'm simply just gonna start working it kind of through my crease. I'm very intrigued by these shadows. I really never used anything like kind of creamy like this. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I have high hopes though. What are you guys up to? I'm just enjoying my day off. I'm playing with some makeup. We did some healthy grocery shopping today. Got a lot of ingredients to start cooking some new recipes just because we've gotten very stagnant in like what we've been cooking. So that's gonna be fun to cook some dinner later. So far this seems like the kind of eyeshadows that like you're gonna need to build up, which I kind of guessed based on my swatches when I was filming the swatch portion for you guys for the intro. But I mean, that's really pretty and it's really smooth looking. I'm okay with it so far. Let's go ahead and tuck some of that against the lower lash line. Just kind of smudging this all the way back and forth. Just trying to get a little flash of that color going on. I'm pretty okay with what that looks like first off the bat. I expected it to be, I don't know, almost like too much, or maybe it would be smeary, but it seems to just kind of lay down and look diffused, so that's cool. Let's start blending that guy out. I'm gonna use the shade Prowl, this kind of army green. I think that'll be really cute. I'm gonna use one of the Alter Ego brushes. This is the number 3. I really like Alter Ego's brushes. I would be very happy if they expanded their brush range for even more shapes and sizes because their brushes are fantastic. And I always get excited when I discover new like synthetic brushes because I don't use natural hair. I'm dropping things, you can probably hear the clatter. But yeah, I don't use natural hair, so it's nice to find good eyeshadow brushes that are synthetic. And I'm just taking and just kind of swirling this right above like kind of what we just did, just to help it kind of diffuse and blend out a bit. Just kind of see where that goes. I'm gonna take a little just to smudge down under that lower lash as well, because why not? I'm really excited to play with the shimmers. Alter Ego shimmer formula is so pretty. I can't wait to play with some of them. They're gonna be so cute. I'm not hating how this looks. I can't say for sure if this is my favorite formula I've ever used. I feel like I might just prefer just Alter Ego's traditional matte formula rather than these creamy mattes, but I'm not disliking it by any means. I want to deepen up the outer corner a bit, so I'm going to take Bow right here. Is that what it's called? Did I make that up? No, it's called Bow. Okay. Just taking a small brush, just loading up that color. And then I'm going to start adding this blue out in this outer corner, especially just because I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do cut crease wise, and I really want these blue mattes to be out here to blend into what I'm going to be playing with. It's going to be really cute. I expected this shade to be a little darker, but you know, I feel like when I was swatching this shade, I thought the same thing. These creamy mattes don't appear as dark on the lid as they do in the pan, is what I'm learning so far. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something you have to keep in mind. Like, don't go into this shade thinking it's going to be like a deep navy when it's not really a navy. It is pretty though. I'm just really building up this blue in the outer corner, just kind of like seeing where it looks when my eye is down, when it's looking forward, just so I can get good impact out here. I'm going to take a little smudgy brush as well with that shade and just really smudge it right against the outer third of my lower lash line. I think that'll be really cute. I would take it all the way, but I'm going to pop a shimmer on the front little portion of my lower lash line, so I'm not that concerned. I'm dipping back into Stealth, that very first shade, that green, just to kind of smudge right here where that blue is starting to get higher, just so it has a nice smudge into that green and stuff. I don't want to lose the green. I still want that to play a major factor here. And now I'm going to take Prowl, that kind of lighter olivey kind of color, with that big fluffy brush from before, just to, again, just help make sure everything is blending nicely. I think I'm liking this matte situation. It's really pretty, and I mean, it all looks very soft and diffused. And I also feel like I'm not having to work that hard. I do have to dip in a few times to really build up the color, but when it comes time to blend, I don't have to do too much work because it's already kind of diffused out. It's different, but I think I'm vibing with it. I do want to go ahead and do some cut creasey things now. I think I'm going to use 3 shades on the lid because I can't help myself. I think I want to cut it with Spear, this beautiful gold. I want to have it blend down into this one, Pursuit, and then have Victory kind of in that bottom outer portion. And yeah, I have to put as many as possible on my lid. I literally can't help myself. They're too beautiful. I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer. Of course, I use my glitter primer with every shimmer ever because it helps everything pop so nicely, and it also helps me kind of get a base for my cut crease. I'm just using a flat brush for this. This one I believe is from Juno & Co. Yeah. Any flat brush will do ya. Just something to really get in there and be precise. And I'm going to stop it right where things are really deepening up in my outer corner, because I do want that outer corner to be very saturated. Alright, going into Spear first, that beautiful gold. We're just going to pop that right up against where I want the cut to happen. Just look at the shimmer. It's so pretty. It's so sparkly. I love their shimmers. Oh, they make me so happy. I really like teals and golds next to each other too. I think it looks very regal. Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe? I think I want to carry this gold shimmer, just kind of do like a little that. Because I really like the contrast of the gold against the teals. Just going to pack a little more gold in that front third because I like my layering of shimmers on my cut creases to be kind of at a diagonal, not just straight up and down. I think it flows with my eye shape a bit better. Alright, I'm going to take Pursuit now, that beautiful like turquoisey tealy type shade. I'm just going to use the exact same brush, but I'm flipping it over to the cleaner side. I'm going to push that right next to that gold. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful color. And I'm just gonna kind of follow that, leaving just like kind of this chunk down here as open as possible. Now that that's kind of laid down, I'm just going to flip back and forth between both sides of my brush, just kind of smudging those two shadows together until they have a nice flow to them. And then we will move on to that third shimmer. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I love those colors next to each other. Now we're going to take Victory, that shimmer blue, and I'm just going to take a dense brush. This is from the Vintage Cosmetic Company. I've had it for a million years. But just something small so I can really just pack it right here at the base and have it flow into the outer area. Totally unnecessary to do this many shadows, but at the same time, it's a little necessary because it's so pretty. And again, just kind of going back and forth between those two brushes with the color previous so that it can smudge nicely. I love the way my lid looks so much. I think it's so pretty. I do want to add something to the lower lash line. I really want to take this shade Quest down here. It's kind of like a shimmery looking olivey kind of color, kind of taupey, kind of olivey. I think that might be cute just popping down here, just to give a little bit of a wet look, add a little bit of contrast with what's going on. I mean, not really contrast, it definitely complements everything. I don't know. I have to use all the shimmers as possible. I'm gonna take that brush I have with the matte blue from before just to smudge this outer corner to make sure it flows nicely, trying to be careful of this little situation I have because I do want that to look like a little flick. For my inner corner, I think I just want to use Obscure. It's a really pretty shimmer, a nice inner corner shade. Just going to tuck that there nicely. Nice bright little pop. Can't go without my inner corner highlight. And I mean, there we have it. I think this looks very, very pretty. I like it a lot. I'm gonna recreate it on the other eye, throw on like my lashes, liner, lip product, all that good stuff, and I'll be back when I'm done. Hello, welcome back. This is the look complete. I love it. My eyes look so pretty. You can't tell me otherwise. I went with the NYX Glitzy Gold pencil. I just felt like that would just tie in the gold elements that we popped into this look, and I just love it. It looks so vibrant but deep. I just love it. I'm really speechless about it. This color combo is just making me so happy. It reminds me of something very specific, but I can't think of what it is. It'll come to me later. My lashes, I didn't really feel like wearing big lashes today. I don't know why. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe it's just the fact that I am putting on glasses after this and I didn't feel like dealing with big lashes. But I just threw on my Alter Ego Posh lashes. They were sitting in front of me and they're already cut to fit my eye shape, so I threw those on. And on my lips, I went with one of the Alter Ego lips again. I just felt like using my Alter Ego products today, you know? This is in the shade Infamous. This is actually my favorite color from them. I think it's really pretty and it goes with a lot of looks that I do. Like, I don't feel like I have to wear a certain color to wear this lip color. It's just really pretty. Anyways, this is a look. I hope you like it. I guess let's just zoom out and I will give you my thoughts thus far. Hello, welcome back. Let's finish this video up and I will give you some thoughts thus far. With the creamy matte kind of texture, like I said before, don't expect them to look on the eye quite as deep as they look in the pan. I feel like they can be built up to be deeper, but I don't feel like they get quite as deep as what they look like in the pan. They also aren't insanely pigmented upon first application. They are something you have to kind of build and blend up, but they build and blend so beautifully and softly. It's really nice. I didn't have to work too hard with the actual blend. The only thing I really had to work at was simply just building up the color, but it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Something I'm not totally used to. I'm used to like maximum pigmentation where I don't have to really like build it up. But these worked really well, and I feel like especially for beginners, it might actually bode kind of well for you because you don't have to worry about too much happening too fast, on top of the fact that they blend really easy, which is always a plus when you're learning. So far with the shimmers I use, they are exactly what I would expect. They are beautiful. I'm super into these shimmers. I can't wait to play with them some more. This one's scent is actually really pretty when I swatched it out. I just can't wait to play with this one some more. So far I'm pretty pleased. Again, this is not a review. I haven't used every single shadow on my eyes yet, but I'm really excited about it and I can't wait to continue using it. I would love to know what you guys think about it. Are you excited about this? Do you have the original Natasha Denona Metropolis? Do you think you would pick this one up? Are you gonna pass on it? I want to hear your thoughts. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to leave me a green or a gold emoji. And if you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram Instagram, it's Bean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Please make sure you are continuing to stay informed and educated with Black Lives Matter. There is a link in my bio to resources on ways you can help. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.